What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome to the brand new walkthrough here on the channel. It is time for our third series where we are going to be playing through Pokemon Ruby. So far we've gone through generations 1 and 2 by playing Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Silver, so it's only right that we keep on going chronologically, meaning we are moving on to Pokemon Ruby, the Gen 3 games, and man, I am pretty excited for these ones. I can't even lie. I mean, you know, these were the first games that came out on the Game Boy Advance. The graphics definitely got a huge update, a lot of new cool Pokemon. The only thing I dislike about this region, I would say, is that there is too much water, and I think we can all agree on that. But luckily, you know, we are just starting our journey today, so we won't be getting to any of the water sections anytime soon. But yeah, speaking of starting our journey, we're gonna hop right into it after seeing that cool little intro animation once again. And let's get going. So first, I need to put that text speed on fast. Ooh, and then the type of box. You know, this is one of the most important decisions you'll make in the Pokemon journey. Let's go with this sandy one, because why not? I don't know, it kind of looks like sand. Anyways, new game. Yeah, if you are new to the channel, what's up? My name's Terraquake. This is my second channel. I do have a main channel as well, where I do more of a broad style of Pokemon / Mario videos. Here on the Terraquake Walkthroughs channel, we're just chilling, doing Pokemon walkthroughs in the year 2022, which I know sounds crazy, but I enjoy doing them, so I don't really care. Anyways, as the game loads up, we are going to meet the new professor here in the Hoenn region. I'm pretty sure the past two games had us seeing Professor Oak, so now we are seeing Professor Burch, and apparently he just goes by Burch, or the Pokemon Professor, and he whips out a Swampert. Okay, I don't know if that's usually what he whips out, you know. I feel like that's a very, you know, too strong of a Pokemon to show off at this point. That could be because I put this ROM through the Universal Randomizer. Even though it's not a randomized game, this is still a vanilla playthrough of Pokemon Ruby. I just needed to make like a separate file for the game. So other than Burch is showing off a Swampert, everything else should be as it usually is if you were to play, you know, the normal cartridge of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. But yeah, Professor Burch is going to go along and talk about how Pokemon are friends and foes, and we use them to battle, yada yada yada. We've heard this stuff before. Alright, am I a boy or a girl? I am a boy, and you already know I'm going to call myself TQ, short for Terraquake. It's what I always do. And unfortunately, we don't get to name our rival in this game. I know, so sad. It does suck. But yeah, now comes the time where we shrink down so we can fit into the Pokemon world, because if we didn't do this, we would be like giants or something. And where are we gonna be? Most likely in our house, right? No, we are in a moving truck. As a matter of fact, we are in the back of a moving truck. This is something that, you know, the Gen 3 games, for whatever reason, decided to do differently than other Pokemon games. A lot of other games you start out in your bedroom of your house, but you know, the whole storyline here is that you're just moving to the Hoenn region, and you couldn't sit in the passenger seat for some reason. I don't know, man. I don't understand it. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna hop on outside, and look at that. I mean, I don't see anyone else getting out from the passenger seat. Why couldn't we be in there? Alright, so apparently we are like just finished up moving in. I guess, you know, the last thing to drop off was me. Thanks a lot, Mom. Man, that's just so bad now that I think about it. But yeah, so our mom's gonna take us inside, and you'll see some Machokes. You know, I guess they're the ones moving the items around, even though this Machoke, he's doing something to the TV. I'm not gonna say what it is, and this guy, he's not doing anything productive. And, you know, now that I think about it, was it the Machokes that were driving? Because if it was, then we better be glad that I'm not dead. Anyways, unlike the Gen 2 games, I think, right? We didn't get a potion last time in the Pokemon Silver walkthrough. I don't think we did. So yeah, in these games you can get a free potion from the PC, and it is time to set our clock. So I could just like spam A through this, but I actually want to set it, I don't know, just in case it actually, matters for me later on in the game. I don't think it will, but currently I'm recording this at 9:08 p.m. the night before this video goes up. So yeah, I think that's 9:08, right? I'm not stupid. All right, we're just rolling with it. It doesn't even matter. Also, I like how the overworld sprite of the clock, does not represent the time that we just set. Anyways, apparently the Machokes are gone. The Machoke movers, the moving Machokes, whatever you want to call them. And now our mom's calling us over to the TV because our dad is on. And yeah, that's right. In these games, you have a dad. Something that doesn't happen in every Pokemon game. He's actually a gym leader in this game that we will be battling later on. Unfortunately, we just missed him though. So yeah, our mom's all sad. She wants us out of the house already. Apparently we got to go meet the new neighbors, and this is actually Professor Burch's house, the guy that we already met in the introduction. And here's his wife, who's basically just gonna say that, yeah, we should go upstairs and meet, our daughter, which, if this was real life, that wouldn't be the case. I mean, hopefully these people would have their door locked. They wouldn't let some random kid go up to their daughter's room, but here we are, talking to May, who already has Pokemon. I mean, come on, our rival is a step ahead of us. What are we doing? We are going too freaking slow. So yeah, she's like Professor Burch's daughter or whatever, and if you pick the female character, you'll actually meet Brendan, and he basically just plays the same role, except I do really like it because May and Brendan, they kind of have different personalities. May's a little nicer, and Brendan, he's a little more, I wouldn't say mean, but he's more competitive. He doesn't like to lose that much. I don't know. I've never played as the girl character, but I really should one day. Anyways, as you head north onto Route 101, this is a little kid who is actually tiny compared to us, is gonna say that someone's shouting up ahead, and that someone is gonna end up being Professor Burch, who's being chased by a Poochyena. Look at him go! And now the Poochyena has him cornered, so we need to save him, and we're gonna do that by selecting our starter. So yeah, the Gen 3 starters, of course, are Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. Now, just like the first two walkthroughs, I already have my team planned out for this series, and that team includes Torchic. That's right, I am going with Torchic as my starter Pokemon. So far in Pokemon Blue and Silver, I went with the grass type starters, so yeah, I wanted to go with Torchic. I've got another grass type that I'll be using later on in this walkthrough, so there you go. I guess there's a hint at what my team could look like. But yeah, this little battle here against the Poochyena serves as the introduction battle or whatever. So you shouldn't have any problems taking this man down. I'm pretty sure if you actually are losing, then the Poochyena will purposely run away or something. But yeah, Professor Burch is very glad that we saved him. He's like, okay, come back to my lab. Let's have an official talk. So yeah, he saw our battling skills, and he knows our father too. Who is Norman, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned that before. But now he is going to officially give us the Torchic. And, of course, I'm going to be giving this thing a nickname. And, I just talked about it recently in one of the last episodes of the Silver walkthrough, that I always forget to think of nicknames before I start the videos. Man, why do I suck at this? I am going to call you Little because, that good old movie, Chicken Little? The cartoon one that came out in whatever year it was. I think I've seen it. I know I've seen clips of it. Not sure if I ever saw the full thing, but yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, then good for you. Anyways, Professor Burch is going to say that May's studying Pokemon on Route 103 and that we should go see her once again. So Route 103 is actually going to be further north. So now that we have our starter, we are free to roam around here in the grass on Route 101. Now, usually when I get to a new route, I'll say the new Pokemon you can catch, but we don't have Pokeballs yet, so I'm not going to do that just yet for now. We are in Oldale Town. Yeah, already in another town. It's just about the same size as Little Root Town. And the only thing to do here is talk to this Pokemart worker who will give you a free potion as a sample or something. But yeah, might as well do it. And you are going to want to head north, but if you try to come over to the left, this guy, he's going to be like going crazy because he thinks he found footsteps of like a rare Pokemon. You know, it's going to be a pretty just funny but stupid thing when we realize what it actually was. Anyways, this is Route 103, and this is also like about the same size as Route 101 was. At least as of now, Route 103 does extend across the little lake that we're going to see here off to the right, and it is bigger than it looks right now. But the main focus is to reach our rival May, who is up here, and if these Zigzagoons could stop interrupting me, that would be great. Little is just going to scurry away from them, and yeah, it is time for our first battle, or well, trainer battle of the game. And yeah, so she's like, alright, you got a Pokedex, I have a Pokedex, since we're here, let's freaking do it. And just like any good old rival, May is going to choose the starter Pokemon that's super effective on the one you chose. So she's got a Mudkip for me. If you chose Mudkip, she will have a Trico, and if you chose Trico, she will have a Torchic. Now, if you picked up the 2 potions already, like I did, then you probably won't have, you know, any issues winning this battle because you can always heal up your Pokemon unless you get extremely unlucky with critical hits. And yeah, even though he went for like Growl and stuff, I think we're going to be fine. Unless Mudkip gets a crit, which would be pretty pathetic and embarrassing. Except I'm pretty sure that happened in our Pokemon Blue walkthrough, which was, you know, very funny. Just to play it safe, I'm going to go for a potion. And I believe this battle automatically levels you up, especially after the Poochyena from earlier. So yeah, that is very nice. And there we go. We defeated Mudkip. Got a nice amount of experience points, if you know what I mean. And we get to level 6. So yeah, now that we've defeated May, she's going to, well, not take us back to her dad's lab, but basically she's going to lead us there. I don't know why. I mean, we've been to the lab like twice already. But yeah, she for some reason thinks we don't know how to get back to Little Root Town. I mean, she's standing right here. Like May, Little Root Town is where I lived. Sure, I just moved in, but I mean, come on. Route 101, Old L Town, and Route 103, it's not that difficult. So yeah, let's get back on into the lab, and we are going to pick up a few more pretty important items. So let's do it. And yeah, Burch is like, oh my gosh, you were able to defeat my daughter? Yeah, it turns out May's not going to be the strongest rival out of the Pokemon games, and I kind of hate that because, I don't know, I feel like, you know, the Gen 3 rivals could have been put to use a bit more. You don't have a rival battle with them in Victory Road like you do with some other ones. So just then we got the Pokédex and some Pokeballs from May, so now we can actually go out and start catching Pokemon for ourselves, which is very cool. But before we can head out, our mom's waiting for us, and this is going to be like our final goodbye, I guess. But before we leave, she's going to give us the running shoes. Thank goodness. We finally get running shoes. In the first 2 generations, you weren't able to run around, but now that you have shoes on, you can run, because that's how Pokemon logic works, you know? That's just how it is. So now we are zooming around. So here on Route 101, there are 3 Pokemon you can get. We've seen a couple already. It is Poochyena, Zigzagoon, and Wurmple. Poochyena and Zigzagoon are not terrible options. You'll definitely get used to seeing them, though, throughout the game. Wurmple is interesting because it's like, you know, your early game bug type, and it does have a split evolution, and both of the fully evolved forms are not great, but not, you know, horrendous. I've actually used a Beautifly before, just for the heck of it, and it wasn't, you know, awful. But I will not be catching any of those Pokemon for this playthrough. Now, up north, back on Route 103, you can also get Wingull for your squad, a nice water flying type, which is a pretty cool typing to have this early on in the game, but unfortunately, Wingull and Pelipper, they're not, you know, the greatest stat-wise, but they are some other Pokemon that I have used before, and I can say they're still good. But the team member that I'm going to be catching is located over here on Route 102, which is the first route that really has, you know, a lot of options for Pokemon. If you're playing Pokemon Ruby, like me, you can find a grass type, which is Seedot. If you're playing Pokemon Sapphire, you can find a grass water type in Lotad. You can also get Ralts and Surskit in both of the games. However, both of those mons are pretty hard to encounter. But for now, I am going to catch one of those mons that I just mentioned. And here we go. This is the mon that I was looking for. That's right. My second team member for this playthrough will be a Ralts. A pretty solid psychic type that starts out with 0 attacking moves, but eventually it will get very powerful, especially once it evolves. Now, I'm going to start off by going for Growls, because this thing only knows Growl, and I'm scared that I'm going to one-shot it with a single scratch, so I purposely wanted to use like 2 or 3 Growls on me before I attack it. And you might notice I got up to level 8 just because it's so easy to level up in this game, you know, at this stage in the game. So I said, hey, I might as well get a few levels. Why the heck not? Unfortunately, we didn't get Ember yet. I thought we did at like level 7, but no, instead we got Focus Energy. Some like move that I'll probably never use, but that is okay. And similarly to the previous 2 walkthroughs, I'm not planning on doing any off-screen grinding, besides, I guess, leveling up my boy Torchic a little bit just then. But yeah, that means that we'll have to switch train Ralts for a little bit. He doesn't get Confusion until level 6, so, you know, not too far away. It's not like we're using a freaking Magikarp or something. Also, it would be nice if you could stay in the Pokeball, Ralts, please, and thank you. So there we go. We officially have 2 team members now, and I was originally planning on using a Whismur. However, you can't catch Whismur until like almost really basically after the first gym. I know you can get to the Rusturf Tunnel before the first gym, but you know, it's all the way past Rustboro City. It's just so far away. And I just decided that I thought using like a Ralts and a Gardevoir would be cooler, you know? So yeah, I went with it. So this is the Feeling Pokemon, and you know, that little red thing that sticks out of Ralts' head always reminds me of like a shark or a unicorn. Probably more of a unicorn. So we're gonna call you, I don't know, I don't want to call you Unicorn. That seems kind of basic. You know what? It's time for me to brainstorm again. Alright, I have come up with a somewhat funny type of nickname. And it doesn't make sense because this thing's a female, but you know, that's okay. We're gonna call Ralts Wally, which, if you don't know, one of your rivals in this game, or I say rival, you really only battle him like twice, but Wally will eventually get himself a Ralts and then a Gardevoir, so I thought it'd be pretty funny if we could like defeat him with a Ralts of our own that is nicknamed Wally. So screw it, we're calling Ralts Wally. Why the heck not? So let's take a look at these 2. Little has the Blaze ability, Sassy Nature, and then Ralts has Synchronize, which is not too bad, Hasty Nature. Not really even sure what the natures do, I never pay attention to them. One more thing I want to mention before we end off today's episode. You might notice that the background for this, for like the gameplay, looks a little different than the previous 2 series, and that's because there's no, you know, fully evolved starters on the side like I put with Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Silver. And that's because the Game Boy Advance screen takes up more space than, you know, the Game Boy Color screen or whatever Silver and Blue were played on. So there's just no room for me to put, you know, Blaziken, Swampert, and Sceptile. And when I realized this, I was kind of sad because I really like just adding them in there as something for the background. But, you know, now there's just a thin little red border kind of as the background. And I just figured there's not really a point in putting them there because, I don't know, there's no room. I feel like, you know, they would barely be seen. So unless you guys desperately want me to put them there, then we're just going to stick with this for now. But I am done blabbering on, so that'll do it for part 1 of our Pokemon Ruby walkthrough. In the next episode, we will continue venturing west towards the next city. But for now, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces!